Ever get tired of trying to get your tools to play nicely together? Environment setup got you down. Need to install Node.js to just deploy a cloud function? Need to update Node? Struggle no longer. This month, we added the Cloud Shell editor right into the Firebase console. This means that you can easily control your Firebase projects without needing to install tools on your own machine. I recently set up a new machine and didn't feel like going through the hassle of setting up my environment just to make a change to a cloud function. Let's take a quick look at some of my favorite ways to use the Cloud Shell editor. Let's start with opening the Cloud Shell editor by clicking the button on the right-hand side of the screen. In the editor, we have some of our favorite tools installed already. We have Node, Git, the Firebase CLI, and we even have the Gemini CLI installed. I'll start by opening the Gemini CLI by typing Gemini, and it will automatically fetch my user credentials that I am authenticated with. This saves me a few extra clicks, and I don't need to worry about downloading the latest version of the CLI. Let's start by converting some images I have from a recent trip to Florida. With the Gemini CLI, I'm going to ask Gemini to write a Node.js script. The Node.js script will convert the images from their current format to an AVIF format. This will provide a smaller file size for my images and then output those images back to a subfolder in the same storage bucket. Since Cloud Shell already has all the appropriate permissions and a working Node environment, it runs through the process without much work needed from me. Now let's say I want to create a brand new app just as an experiment, but I don't necessarily want to download the Firebase CLI to my computer or install Node on it. In that case, I could start my new Firebase project, and then in the console, click on the Cloud Shell button, and I can then run Firebase init in my Cloud Shell environment. Since this is already authenticated to my Google Cloud project, I can use the Gemini CLI inside of Cloud Shell to vibe code a web app to experiment what a website may look like and then deploy it to Firebase hosting with Firebase Deploy, all without leaving the Firebase console or installing any software to my machine that I may not want to commit to. This is a great opportunity for me to experiment without the commitment. I can even edit my code using the Cloud Shell editor to manually rewrite or update code before deploying. That's it for this week's deep dive. If you use the Cloud Shell editor regularly, let me know about it in the comments below. I am Nohe, and I cannot wait to see what you build next.